The dense jungle of Zytheron Prime was alive with alien sounds, chirps, growls, and the distant roar of massive creatures Kellan had never seen before. His boots sank into the spongy ground as he navigated the alien flora, scanning constantly for threats. He had been sent on a reconnaissance mission to map a newly discovered sector, but the serenity of the jungle was deceiving. Kellan had only taken a few steps deeper into the canopy when a flash of silver caught his eye. Before he could react, a whip of alien energy lashed out, knocking him to the ground. Dazed, he looked up to see her, a tall, formidable alien warrior with glimmering armor and piercing violet eyes. "You shouldn't be here, human," she said, her voice a melodic mix of authority and disdain. Kellan tried to rise, but she moved with impossible speed, pinning him to the ground with a sleek energy baton. I'm just exploring," he stammered. Her eyes narrowed. Exploring? Or trespassing? Before he could answer, the jungle around them seemed to close in. Massive vines shifted as if alive, and Kellan realized the jungle itself was reacting to her presence. She studied him carefully, tilting her head. "You have spirit," she said finally. "But spirit is not enough. You will come with me." The capture. Kellan had no choice but to follow her. She moved with a precision and confidence that left him struggling to keep up. Soon, they reached a hidden clearing where a small, technologically advanced encampment had been constructed in harmony with the alien jungle. "You will rest here," she commanded, motioning toward a soft, glowing pod that seemed to cradle the body. "We will speak later." Curiosity battled with fear as Kellan climbed inside. The pod analyzed his vital signs and began minor medical treatments, healing bruises, reducing swelling, and stabilizing minor injuries. He felt unnervingly calm, but a shiver ran down his spine. He was trapped, and she was the only one who could release him. Hours passed. The alien warrior, whose name he later learned was Serya, remained silent, observing him from the shadows of the clearing. Kellan's mind raced. Why had she captured him? Was this a test? A threat? Or something else entirely? The revelation. Finally, Serya approached, her violet eyes glowing faintly in the jungle twilight. "You think this is simple, human," she said, her voice softer than before. "But the jungle does not forgive mistakes, and I am its guardian. You are trespassing in a sacred zone." I didn't know," Kellan replied, his voice trembling. "I swear I meant no harm." She studied him for a long moment, then slowly knelt to meet his gaze. "Your honesty, it is rare among your kind. Most would fight or flee. But you are different." Kellan's heart pounded. There was something in her voice, a vulnerability, almost imperceptible, yet undeniable. "Different?" he asked. "Yes," she said, leaning closer. "And because of that, I must tell you something. Humans have been observed from afar, but none have reached this level of courage and spirit." "You surprise me, Kellan." He froze. How did she know his name? His pulse quickened as realization dawned. This wasn't just a random capture. She knew him. She had been tracking him, studying him, and now she was revealing herself. Trust and tension. Days passed, and Kellan remained in the encampment. Serya taught him the ways of the jungle, the plants that healed, the creatures that could befriend or kill. Slowly, a tentative trust formed between them. One evening, while observing a bioluminescent river that flowed through the clearing, Serya finally spoke. "You have adapted quickly, human. Few survive in this environment without proper training. But there is something more. I underestimated you." Kellan's curiosity burned. "Underestimated me?" "Yes," she said, her eyes meeting his. "I thought you would be another intruder, another failure. But you are resilient, clever, and surprisingly compassionate. That is not what I expected from your species. Kellan swallowed hard, realizing that her admiration was genuine. His fear was replaced by awe and a strange, growing connection. He had never met anyone like Serya, fearsome, beautiful, intelligent, yet capable of subtle warmth. The moment that shocked him, it was during a training session that everything changed. Kellan attempted to navigate a dense section of the jungle using the skills she had taught him. He stumbled, falling to the ground, and before he could react, Serya's hand was on his chest, steadying him. "You are reckless," she scolded gently, though her eyes betrayed something more: concern, care, even affection. "I'm learning," he replied, breathless. Her hand lingered longer than necessary, and he felt a jolt, a spark that he couldn't explain. Then she leaned in, her voice soft and deliberate. "Kellan, there is something I must confess. I brought you here not just to teach, not just to test, but because I wanted to know you. I have never felt this way before." Kellan's mind went blank. He could barely breathe. Shock, disbelief, and something far more profound overwhelmed him. "You what?" he managed to choke out. "I trust you," she said, her violet eyes holding his. I should not reveal this, but I cannot lie. You have captivated me in a way I never thought possible." For a moment, the jungle seemed to fade away. The sounds of distant creatures, the glowing foliage, the tension of their situation, all of it disappeared. There was only her, standing before him, vulnerable and honest in a way that stunned him completely. The escape and acceptance. The next challenge came swiftly. A pack of territorial alien beasts stormed the clearing, threatening both Kellan and Serya. They fought side by side, instinctively moving in sync. Kellan realized in that moment that he had grown beyond mere survival. He had become a partner, an equal, and Serya acknowledged it with every glance, every move. After the creatures were driven off, they stood together, panting and exhausted. Kellan reached out, brushing a strand of her silvery hair from her face. I don't even know what to say." "You don't need to say anything," she replied softly. "Just know you are no longer just a human who wandered into the jungle. You are someone I care for. Deeply." Kellan's heart raced, but he finally allowed himself a smile. "I care for you too, Serya. More than I could have imagined." And with that, the jungle no longer seemed threatening. The shadows, the dangers, the mysteries, they were challenges they could face together. For the first time, Kellan felt not fear but belonging. And Serya, she finally allowed herself to hope that this human, bold and compassionate, could become more than just a visitor in her world. Ending. As night fell over Zytheron Prime, Kellan and Serya sat side by side on a cliff overlooking the glowing jungle. The stars stretched infinitely above them, but Kellan realized that he no longer feared the vast unknown. With Serya by his side, he felt ready for anything. She turned to him, her eyes reflecting the starlight. "You've surprised me in every way, Kellan. Perhaps you were meant to find me." "I think I was," he replied, a soft smile forming. "And I'll never forget this, or you." The jungle around them pulsed with life, but in that moment, nothing else mattered. Two souls, from entirely different worlds, had found each other in the most unexpected of ways. And neither would ever forget the shock, the awe, and the undeniable connection that had changed them both forever.